What you know about rolling down in the deep? When your brain goes numb, you can call that mental freeze. When these people talk too much, put that shit in slow motion. Yeah, I feel like an astronaut in the ocean. Ay, what you know about rolling down in the deep? When your brain goes numb, you can call that mental freeze. When these people talk too much, put that shit in slow motion. Yeah, I feel like an astronaut in the
Hello guys, welcome to TPW Talking Pro Wrestling, and we have the Impact results on the way, and instead of doing New Japan Strong this time around, I was thinking I would do G1 Climax, which I know I haven't been doing a lot of lately, or really at all, but I don't know, I was thinking about doing the G1 Climax this time around. So, anyway, let's get started with the G1 Climax predictions first. The first matchup is a non-G1 Climax matchup. Is a tag team matchup, and it is going to be a 20-minute time limit. Jado and Tama Tonga look to take on Kosei Fujita and David Finlay. So, I don't know really how this matchup's going to turn out. I don't watch New Japan much. I mean, I do watch New Japan Strong, but I don't watch New Japan other than that, really. I do know about some of the people, like I know who David Finlay is, I know who Tama Tonga is, I know who Jado is, and I know who Tom Lawler is, and some of these other names that may sound familiar to you. But just for the sake of prediction-wise, and for really just blindly predicting, because I don't know, really, I'm going to predict that Jado and Tama Tonga get the victory here over Kosei Fujita and David Finlay. And we have another tag team matchup that is not... We have another tag team matchup that is not a G1 matchup. It is a 20-minute time limit, and it's another tag team matchup. We have Royce Isaacs and Tom Lawler taking on Great-O-Khan and Will Ospreay of the United Empire. So, what exactly is going to happen here? Will Ospreay and Great-O-Khan get the victory. That is my prediction here. And then we have and then for a third matchup, it is also a 20-minute time limit. This time it's a trios match. Bushi, Sanada, and Shingo Takagi looks to take on Taka Michinoku, Zack Sabre Jr., and Lance Archer. So Lance Archer will be in the G1 Climax and at some capacity. Just for the sake of this, I'm going to say that Zack Sabre Jr., Taka Michinoku, and Lance Archer wins this. I think these three are part of the Suzuki-gun. And I think Bushi, Sanada, and Shingo Takagi are part of Los Ingobernables, if I'm not mistaken. So, anyway, let's go to our fourth matchup. It is a 10-man tag team matchup, and it is also a 20-minute time limit. Yoshihashi, Toru Yano, Tomohiro Ishii, Hiroki Goto, and Kazuchika Okada looks to take on Gedo, El Fantasmo, Bad Luck Fale, Kenta, and Jay White. So, Chaos versus Bullet Club, it seems like. But this seems like a huge 10-man tag team matchup that is taking place. I actually do know who all of these guys are. I have only seen Toru Yano in one matchup. He's not that bad, actually. To be fair, a lot of these people that I've heard of in New Japan aren't that bad. They're pretty good wrestlers, but maybe it's just Japanese wrestling. I don't know. New Japan's a good promotion, considering the fact that I haven't watched a lot of their matchups. I have watched some of their matchups. Like, I've watched a bunch of Kazuchika Okada and Hiroshi Tanahashi matchups at, like, Wrestle Kingdom or whatever. But anyway, I'm going to predict here that Chaos gets the victory over Bullet Club. I'm blindly making predictions for most of these. Like this one, I just feel Chaos should get the upper hand here. Since Chaos and Bullet Club have had a rivalry for a while, I think Chaos should get the victory here. Now let's go to some actual G1 matchups. Finally, right? We have Juice Robinson and Yujiro Takahashi. This is a 30-minute time limit, by the way. And this is the D block part of the tournament match. I'm gonna say here that Yujiro Takahashi gets the win here over Juice Robinson as a blind prediction. And then for our sixth matchup is the B block tournament matchup, and it is a 30-minute time limit. The B block tournament matchup involves Taichi of Suzuki-gun against Chase Owens of the Bullet Club. So, there is that. Suzuki-gun and Bullet Club, I believe, have been in a rivalry in the past before, too. I don't know if they currently are in one, but I am gonna predict here that Chase Owens gets the victory over Taichi. So, there you go on that. Our seventh matchup is a C block tournament matchup. It is also a 30-minute time limit. We have Tetsuya Naito going one-on-one with Aaron Henare. I'm just going to go with the prediction here. Tetsuya Naito gets the victory. Come on now. Tetsuya Naito is like one of New Japan's biggest stars. There's no way they're going to give the loss to Tetsuya Naito here. There's just no way Tetsuya Naito's losing this matchup against Aaron Henare. And for our eighth matchup is an A block tournament match. It is also a 30-minute time limit. We've got Jonah Rock going one-on-one with Jeff Cobb. So this is going to be a good matchup. This is going to be fun. I'm really going to enjoy watching this. I enjoy Jonah Rock. I enjoy Jeff Cobb. This one is hard to predict. I have no freaking idea who's going to win this matchup. Time will tell, but I say Jeff Cobb gets the victory here over Jonah Rock. And finally, we have our C block tournament matchup. It is a 30-minute time limit. Hiroshi Tanahashi goes one-on-one with Evil. Hiroshi, being the ace of New Japan, most likely will get the victory here. So I'm going to predict Hiroshi wins here. But Evil could put on a huge upset and take out Hiroshi Tanahashi. The reason why I haven't been choosing draws is because most of the time New Japan doesn't do draws. They don't do time limit draws often. I don't believe New Japan will be doing time limit draws in this matchup. Well, in any of the matchups, really. I just don't believe that there will be a time limit draw. I don't. But there you go, guys. That's the predictions for New Japan's G1 Climax tournament. The night 10, I believe. So go check that out. Go check out the G1 Climax on New Japan World. And I think you're able to watch it out somewhere else too, but I'm not entirely sure. But yeah, if you have New Japan World, go check it out. Or if you want to get New Japan World, it's great because New Japan World is only like $6, I believe. I believe New Japan World is like $6 in United States dollars. And there's a whole bunch of stuff you get to watch there on New Japan World. It is completely worth the $6. Because New Japan World puts on a lot of good stuff. It's a great streaming service if you like New Japan Pro Wrestling. I will give you that. But without any further ado, after this, let's go to Impact Wrestling results. Welcome back. It's now time for Impact Wrestling results. Starting first of all, we have the Knockouts World Tag Team Champion, one half of the Knockouts World Tag Team Champions, Rosemary taking on Deonna Purrazzo. And I predicted here that Deonna Purrazzo would win. I was correct. Eddie Edwards tells PCO to prove his loyalty to Honor No More by taking out Dog Gallows in their Derby City street fight. Gia Miller interviews Giselle Shaw ahead of her match with Masha Slamovich tonight. Shaw claims that the reason she's been avoiding Slamovich is because she hasn't been able to scout her, whatever that means. The Digital Media Championship is on the line as Brian Myers takes on Black Taurus. I predicted that Brian Myers would retain. I was correct. Bhupinder Gujar tosses Myers back into the ring as he joins Dig K in a 3-on-1 assault on the champ. Gujar sends him a message with a gargoyle spear. So, this is hopefully Gujar gets his shot now. After the match, Gia Miller asks Knockouts World Champion Jordan Grace if her recent tag team loss with Mia Yim is going to cause friction between them in their Knockouts World title match at Emergence. Grace says that whether it's a friend or a foe standing across from her in the ring, everyone is an obstacle that she must overcome. Impact World Champion Josh Alexander was involved in an incredible moment this past Sunday at Ric Flair's last match as he fought along Diamond Dallas Page to thwart an attack from Brian Myers and Matt Cardona. So it seems like a recap from Ric Flair's last match. Giselle Shaw went one-on-one with Masha Slamovich. I predicted here Masha would win, and I was correct. Following the Impact Plus moment of the week, which saw Mia Yim become Knockouts World Champion in a match involving Madison Rayne, Gail Kim makes a rematch between the two next week. So it seems Madison Rayne will be on AEW and Impact, which is good to see. We'll be seeing her on AEW television, and it looks like we'll still be seeing her. We'll still see her on Impact at least every once in a while, so that's good to see. AEW and Impact, they don't really work together a whole lot, but when they do, it's cool to see. Jessica looks to redeem herself after inadvertently costing Rosemary her match with Deonna Purrazzo earlier tonight. At Emergence, she vows that Rosemary and Taya Valkyrie will retain the Knockouts World Tag Team Championships. Violent by Design's Joe Deering and Diener versus Motor City Machine Guns took place too. I predicted here Motor City Machine Guns would win. I was correct. After the match, Violent by Design assaulted the Motor City Machine Guns, but Kushida makes the save. Moments later, Kushida is blindsided by Eric Young, who spikes him with a vicious pile driver. And it was announced that Impact Bound for Glory would be taking place on October 7th. So I'm excited to see this. Emergence is going to be cool. I'm really excited for Bound for Glory. Hopefully Bound for Glory has some good moments. I mean, it is one of Impact's biggest pay-per-views of all time right now. So anyway, Chris Sabin and Kushida laid out the challenge for a tag team match against Violent by Design at Emergence, and Josh Alexander tells Shelley to be careful because he needs him at 100% for their upcoming title showdown. Moments later, Honor No More leader Eddie Edwards tells Josh Alexander that it's time for him to open his eyes and see what's really going on in Impact Wrestling. And it seems something big's starting to happen here. Raj Singh took on Sami Callihan, and I predicted Sami would win. I was correct. There was no way Callihan was losing. After the match, Callihan calls out both Moose and Steve Macklin for a fight. Moose's music hits, but it's Macklin who's standing on top of the ramp. Moose blindsides Callihan in the ring before Macklin hits him with a low blow. Moments later, Moose spears Callihan, followed by the KIA from Macklin. Moose leaves on his own as the question remains, are Moose and Macklin in an alliance? And my answer to that is most likely, even if it's temporary. Killer Kelly has arrived and the Knockouts division is about to change forever. She makes her in-ring debut next week, so we'll see how that goes. Bullet Club's hanging back tonight as Doc Gallows goes to war with PCO in a Derby City street fight. Then PCO versus Doc Gallows happened. It was a great matchup. I predicted Doc Gallows would win, and it came to bite me. PCO got the victory. Then PCO, he started celebrating his victory over Doc Gallows. My rating for this show was, I gotta give it a 3.5 stars. There was a lot of moments that that didn't really need to be there. But it had a solid main event and it had some solid matchups. But other than that, there wasn't really anything super exciting really that happened on Impact. I mean, Bound for Glory announcement was nice, and I bet Bound for Glory will be a great pay-per-view. It was last year, it was in 2020, and I'm thinking this year it will be too. But thank you all for watching. This is TPW Talking Pro Wrestling. I'll see you guys on the next episode. Good night, everybody.
What you know about rolling down in the deep? When your brain goes numb, you can call that mental freeze. When these people talk too much, put that shit in slow motion. Yeah, I feel like an astronaut in the ocean. Ay, what you know about rolling down in the deep? When your brain goes numb, you can call that mental freeze. When these people talk too much, put that shit in slow motion. Yeah, I feel like an astronaut in the ocean.